That's the vegetable patch. Get the lettuce once, is it? Get the lettuce. Do you see any wheat? You see only moss.
Really small.
Charles' dinner or lunch. So the good old reliable Uchpi curry, some of them damaged by the bird, it seems. But the best place for them is to grow them over the compost heap.
If you're starting out, that was what you had in mind.
This is Charles Dowding's vegetable garden in Homeacres, Alhampton. This Alhampton is a little bit of a strange name. Why Alhampton? Is it Arabic or something? Phoenicians were in this area in the past. It's Lebanese. Great color, they say.
So we actually have some money left then. I think we recognise the way.
You see the solar panels on top of the building? That's such a small land, and then you can make a food crop. And yet they have some space for what? Oh, look at these beans. Yellow climbing beans. Just because of the color. Beautiful color combinations with these charts. Can you find a single wheat here? This is an apple tree, and that's a roasted apple. All kind of chicories. Oh yeah, and French dwarf beans. And leeks as first and only crop. These are harvested. All the courgettes. This one is mulched because there are some weeds yet which are growing there through them. Endives. This is a new area, it has mulched. All the winter squashes. And this is a bed of the Jerusalem artichoke. The apple is not doing bad. Being an apple. That's a polytunnel full of tomato. Let's go have a look. the smell of basil. I think the Polytunnel is just a little bit bigger than ours. Probably 1.5 meters. And most of the tomatoes are harvested. I see one single large black Russian one. And those ones are the ones that we saw in the Italy. I have a video about it. And some peppers. And a good mulch. That's what we have done also. Without a tomato and aubergine in a pot on a compost heap with some squash, winter squash. Or are they? No, they look like melons. The melons he told you are not going to be well this year. In every space is just aubergine. I think my Polytunnel is much better. Really, really good with my own hands. And basil. And some other. Oh! Bell pepper. It's really prolific. And some of that Cape gooseberry. And lots of basil. You should do a basil patch like this. The idea is that half of the Polytunnel is vegetables and herbs. Sure. You don't do just all Polytunnel taken by tomato. This is a new bed that I made for the BBC. I cut and screwed the size on the day before, just resting on the ground, okay, and topped it with compost. And then planted this for BBC. I see radishes, I see pak choi, I see this mustard, I see frilly mustard, some, I think this is broccoli, and some frilly mustard again, and then bok choy again, it's kind of oriental leaves. So that's what you will see in BBC. That is Charles Dowding's greenhouse, and you see more tomatoes here, and growing the seeds here, seedlings, and they're getting ready for. Yes. Oh, look at the aubergines! I like that. And again, in the greenhouse, we see a balance between the amount of the rows of tomato and herbs like basil. And one row also of aubergine. This is the tallest aubergines I've seen so far. It looks like a commercial. Aubergine growers. And at the end, you see some peppers. And a big cucumber, but I don't think they are tasty. They look very tough. And here, triad bed, made in July, May 2015 for my online course. Yakun. Yakun is this kind of things from the Andes. Buka and yakun. Just a little shed. And then we come to the cabbages, mixed with some flowers. And those are, I think, also those Andean thingies. Oka, I think. That's oka. And then some oriental leaves, then some chervil, I think, and then a courgette in that corner, and seedlings for the next generation. These are some of them, I think, are turnip or oriental leaf turnip. They can be oriental leaf. But he don't plant in rows, he plants in plugs. So he will not waste seeds. And a little bit of this hot plant. And a proper place for drying your onions. And some seeds growing here. This is also where Charles Dowding keeps his, that's a conservatory, keeps his chikuris there. The solar panel to provide some money for being off-grid. And that is Charles himself very rare to be seen properly. Some carrots, some kale. Those are, I think, are the parsnip.
I'll send you an email. Yeah, great.
Hello, Charles.
How you doing?
Nice to see you, Charles. This is a cooking apple that he recommends. I have one tree like this. Okay, this is a tree which stays here for many years, and that's another one. The distance between them is about 180 to 2 meters, 180. And this one just probably lasts one season or 1.5 season. So just using this space. And as you see here, there are parsnips. And they're using the space between them to grow some lovely pumpkins and winter squashes. different kind of apples, and again the winter squash. Oh, look at this asparagus bed. Probably I should have asked Charles to talk over this. When I was talking with him, I should have filmed it. But Charles has had some videos explaining what he is doing. But seeing the vegetables in first hand, for example, this gooseberry, something else. Look at this. And this giant onion, just lonely here. And a bed full of rhubarb and raspberries and onions between them, using the space. That's my idea. Intensive gardening, horticulture. And here we are back at the chickpeas. And at this stage is producing something. I experimented with many pumpkins, and I found uchikikuri, Moscow province, and some other ones are really good to grow. Autumn raspberries are doing now, getting ready. Quite large size. Love this mass of the lush asparagus. What dense it is. It's taller than me. They're well established here. And these balotti beans, they're ahead of ours. Beautiful. This is the back of the compost heaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So whatever you invest in compost practically is not wasted. The space is perfect. And this part of it can be used for drying the onions.